kind of thought the party was already started. I just gave my best 2 shots. Do I have to repeat those?
The Lightsaber Dojo, 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 the Lightsaber Dojo.
You're at the Lightsaber Dojo. Welcome to the Lightsaber Dojo.
Welcome to the Lightsaber Dojo. Tonight, your host is Anakin Skywalker, representing the Lightsaber Dojo. The theme would be spice.
Tatooine belongs to the Syndicate. As long as the spice keeps running.
I like everybody's opinion on this, okay? They've took spice and they've integrated it into these newer movies, all right? So in the old movies, all we hear of is really death sticks, okay? And then for the big fans, like the ones that watch all the cartoons and that, they got spice into the Clone Wars, and that's a big deal in a few of the episodes. Done a whole movie on Solo where spice was being mined, and the Syndicate, you know, we all know that the Syndicate from the Clone Wars and into the Book of Boba Fett, the Syndicate is the ones giving the spice out. So my question is this: there's no explanation on what spice does. No explanation on if it's a drug or if it's not a drug. Okay? So why would you take and wrap all your movies in this new TV show around something that you've given really no explanation what it really is, what kind of drug it is? And if they don't want to say it's a drug to be kid friendly, then why have it at all? How much Star Wars Disney has dropped the ball on storytelling, the whole aspect of it all. Why not take, in my opinion, and make a storyline about Jedi Academy, if you're going to make a story throughout the whole entire movies about young Jedi, finding young Jedi, bringing them up? Or why not take, if you want to make something that's valuable, the little kyber crystals, why not put those into the storyline?
Solid gold leader here. I think that instead of dealing with spice, they should have just kept it with the crystals that make the lightsabers work.
Why do it with spice, a drug, if you don't want to explain what it is?
Could we be overreaching? This is futuristic space, galaxies. Could they have advanced in their cooking skills and it's just actually spice, turmeric, garlic salt, parsley?
Grandmaster Jedi George here. No, I don't think we're just reaching, Red Leader 1, and the reason why I don't believe that is because of what the sheriff of Freetown had did.
Where's the stuff that I left, Karen?
I flushed it down the toilet.
You what?
Well, give me a minute, and let me just express it this way, from the, Empire's point of view.
From a certain point of view.
Is it really bad? Yes, it is, and we tried to snuff it out. We didn't want to see it in the galaxy. But your so-called heroes, we were about to arrest that scoundrel, Han Solo, when he dumped his spice. And that's why Jabba the Hutt put a bounty on his head. So yeah, we as benevolent Empire wanted to rid the world of the dangers of spice.
I am with Anakin. I've never seen a spice junkie. I've never seen anyone messed up on spice.
Darth Maul here. My opinion on the spice is this: I don't want it sold to children, and I don't want it sold around schools.
Jar Jar Binks here, formerly Obi-Wan Kenobi. It grows out of the ground, they mine it. What could be bad about it? I say let's legalize the spice.
And Darth Maul said it smelled spicy.
We got a drug. There's no build-up on what kind of drug it is or how it's used. Storytelling sucks.
Bounty Hunter chiming in. The whole Lucas film stole all that from Dune. Dune had the spice would even change the color of their eyes. That's why it was so important.
Spice.
But it's all drugs. Every bit of it. Drugs.
I just looked up on Wikipedia spice, and they say it is an illicit drug, according to Wikipedia.
Wikipedia can be manipulated, though. It's not always the most accurate knowledge. People can go on there and change it up. It does seem very much implied that spice is a drug.
And I can't believe my ears. You want to legalize that? The Death Star was built to stamp out the drug trade. We wanted to do away with slavery in the galaxy. But the Jedi perpetrated it.
Does the Spice Girls have anything to do with this?
I mean, are we talking paprika, oregano, cinnamon? What kind of spice we talking?
How many Death Stars could have been built if we would tax the spice trade? Substance that people are getting anyway. Nobody's getting hurt. People are just having a good time.
With drugs is drug humor. And I've never heard a joke about spice on Star Wars. So that's really what makes me think it's not a drug.
Well, then, if it's not a drug, then what else could it be?
So if it's not a drug, if there's nobody going around addicted to spice, I brought up cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency doesn't hurt anybody. Cryptocurrency is becoming worth a fortune. The government is trying to keep people out of it.
Search your feelings, Anakin. You know this to be true. It is a drug.
When all the Trade Federation wars, I wonder if the Trade Federation was trading spice.
What was Obi-Wan doing? What was his income that he could afford to pay triple what Han owed Jabba? Maybe he was selling a little spice himself.
You know what? I've often wondered that too, Darth Maul. That's a very good question.
But one of the things I also did over 2020 is I bought Bitcoin, and it's ballooned into this huge account now worth roughly $100,000.
Darth Maul, haven't we thrown around enough accusations without any proof? You want to besmirch the great Obi-Wan Kenobi's name? Come on now.
Red Leader 1 here. Just heard Jar Jar Binks use the word besmirch. I think he's taking spice.
But when my mother, Shmi's name gets thrown, scattered to the wind in the mud.
Well, I'm sure we all are in agreement here that Shmi was a spice user. That's probably why she had to do some of the things she did.
Maybe in the next season of Bobo, the surprise villain would actually be Tonio Montana trying to take over the spice trade.
Say hello to my little friend. You wanna play rough? Okay.
Why would the humble town folk not want it coming through their streets? It's destroying their streets, Jedi George. Never heard of cryptocurrency doing that.
Rajcoin is powered by blockchain, and if you don't know what that is, you're a perfect candidate for gambling large chunks of your real money on the collective hallucination that is my magical calculator banknote.
Why would a John Wayne type sheriff not want it coming through his town? Why would Boba want the Sand People to get paid for running it through their place? I think it's common sense. Spice is drugs. Let's not get crazy.
You got gangsters, you got good, and you got bad. You're gonna have drugs. That's what the spice is all about.
Crap, no stink. Bart'll do, and malt licky.
Why did they have to circle all these movies around a drug? They're not explaining it's a drug. There's no visible evidence, like Master Jedi George has said, that nobody's tweaking on the street. There isn't no poverty-driven towns on that desolate planet. Everybody's in nice clothing. Nobody's starving to death. So nobody's drug-infested. So why have that storyline in the movies if it's not going to be used as a drug? Can't we come up with something better than that?
Instead of being a spice, is it drugs, is it not drugs?
just want to keep drugs out of the hands of the ordinary citizens. So we have to build a few Death Stars, bust a few bones. That happens, okay?
I agree, Gold Leader. That would have been a cooler storyline. And correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't that what the Death Star weapon was made up of? Is the kyber crystals?
In the words of the late great Bob Saget in the movie Half Baked.
Now that's an addiction, man. You ever suck?
No. Whoa, Jedi George. We got a targeted group on here. Kid friendly.
I don't see anyone going around desperately for spice. That's what has me convinced that spice is really not a drug. It just seems to be an ideological viewpoint to say that there's stuff out there that is bad without giving a logical, rational reason for why it's bad.
If I'm being honest, Master Jedi George sounds like he's on spice talking like that.
I think the simple fact that the Pizza Hut tried to sneak his way in on this live stream.
Way down we go. So way down we go. Way down we go.
The Lightsaber Dojo. The Lightsaber Dojo. We got a lot of mojo. We talk about Chewbacca. We talk about Han Solo at the Lightsaber Dojo. This is a Lightsaber Dojo.
Impressive.